Welcome to Out of the Rough. I'm Fred Arnold, and in this show, we're going to highlight opportunities and solutions to help get you out of the rough and into success, both personally and professionally. In these tough economic times, I want to provide you practical solutions to many of today's challenges. And today, I'm joined by John Lite. John Lite's an agent with State Farm Insurance. You've been on the show before. Welcome back.
I have. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm glad to be back.
Fellow Bishop of Alamany High School alumni.
That's right. That's right.
I want to talk today about life insurance.
Perfect.
And how important life insurance, because it can be very confusing to those that are looking to shop for life insurance. People say, well, how much life insurance do you need? $500,000, million, $2 million, $3 million. I mean, it's a question very commonly asked.
Mm-hmm. First, let me say that life insurance needs to be part of everyone's portfolio. Farther, it needs to be part of everybody's life. Just like when you're young, you want to start investing. That's what life insurance is, an investment for your future, for your family. How much do you need? Great question. Everyone's individual. It's not 10 times my salary. It's not 4 times my salary. It's not my company provides 2 times. It's really something we need to sit down, calculate out, see what's important to you, and really what do you need to take care of yourself, your family, your beneficiaries. Maybe it's a nonprofit you're leaving to. Every single family individual is different. So there's no number.
And it's also a part of your estate plan sometimes.
Correct.
How are you going to cover the taxes if something,
Correct. And that's a big thing too. Estate taxes are really high this year as far as exemption. So unless you're a multimillionaire, it wouldn't really, for most people, it wouldn't matter. However, yes, other than a spouse, when it goes to family, like your children, anybody else, there's a tax, and usually up to 55%. So this is what I tell people. People with money, wealthy individuals, don't need life insurance. They need it for their estate tax. George Steinbrenner was a perfect example. And unfortunately, he was tax exempt really, but that's not going to last. So people ask me, at 75, will I need life insurance? I don't know. But why don't we plan for it while you're 30 or 40, just in case you do, and you do have that large estate, or you do want to leave a legacy. That's another thing. You want to leave a legacy to somebody. I want to leave a legacy to my children, whether they're 18 or whether they're 30. I want them to have something.
Well, you mentioned something that I wanted to ask you about, which is the younger the better when you buy life insurance, right?
Yeah. I have them on my kids as soon as they're born. Why do I want to do that? The youngest and healthiest that they'll ever be is when I want to get life insurance on them.
Because it's the least expensive.
It's the least expensive, but I can also give it to them as a gift later on. I said, son, this is what I've done for you. I'm going to turn this over to you now. There's no way they're going to get that same price 20 years from now. And they're healthy.
They're healthy. Let's talk about what kind of insurance. There's term that I normally talk about. There's term, which is temporary, and there's permanent insurance. Just touch upon those concepts briefly.
Well, again, permanent is exactly what it is. It's permanent. So when you buy a permanent policy, you know you're going to have it for a lifetime as long as you pay the premiums. And there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of bells and whistles to it, which we have to go over. It's a great product. I recommend it to be part of your portfolio. Then there's also term or temporary, as I like to say, as you said, because it is temporary. And temporary insurance has a great part of your portfolio as well. It can cover your mortgage. If you have a 30-year mortgage, you write a temporary policy for 30 years that helps cover that. But you may have some permanent needs that will take you through the rest of your life that you also want to have. So when I have clients who can't afford, a perfect example, let me throw that out. Someone wanted $800,000. They couldn't afford $800,000 as a permanent policy because it is a lot more expensive. I asked them, what's most important out of this $800,000? Well, $500 to pay my mortgage. We did $500 term, very cheap, 30 years, and $300,000 permanent for his family later on down the road.
So a combination of the two.
Correct, absolutely.
Yeah. And what about buying and investing yourself? Some people just buy term only and say, I'm going to invest the difference myself.
That comes up a lot, and there's a lot of professionals out there that absolutely say, do not buy permanent life insurance. You can reinvest the difference. Well, if you can guarantee that someone's going to make 5 to 8% compound every year, no problem. Go ahead and do that. However, let's just say you buy $1 million life insurance policy and someone tells you, but you can reinvest that. Well, what if you died the very next day? You didn't have those 30 years to accumulate $1 million. So life insurance is guaranteed based upon the solvency of the company. Most likely it will pay. Investing is not. Yes, invest, max your 401k, do all that, but life insurance has to be part of your portfolio.
I think that it's really critical you have a combination of investments, of 401k, real estate, life insurance, you name it.
Absolutely.
Those who want to reach out to you, John, how can they get you?
Well, my phone number is 661-713-0192. And you can also reach me at johnlite.net, JOHNLITE.net.
Great. Good to see you again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, hope you enjoyed this segment with John Lite, agent with State Farm Insurance. We'll be right back.